This movie takes place in Seattle, and I lived outside of Seattle for 19 years. Who better to talk about this movie? I'm in Salad Saw Chronicle. It is directed by Josh Trank, written by Max Landis and Josh Trank. If you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This was requested by Patreon, like the fast track of movie review. Patreon.com/ASEPresents. On with the review. This movie starts when Andrew gets a camera, specifically because his father is very physically abusive. He's an alcoholic. And so he's got a camera to document when he does these things. Andrew hangs out with his friend Matt because he wants to get out of the house and avoid his father. And he takes the camera with him. It's always on now. He goes to this party, and this Steve kid, he's a very popular kid. He's like, hey, you guys are filming. You want to film this giant hole? First they're hesitant, but then they go film the giant hole. They go inside the giant hole. And then they find something crazy. Then it cuts off. Oh, there's a firefly. They're near. That's so cool. I like them. They got powers. They got the powers to move stuff with their brains. And, you know, they do be experimenting. I like the social consequence that Steve faces because now he's hanging out with these doofuses instead of pursuing his political career as a president of the school. The student council things, yeah, I never got into them at all. We got Andrew, he's testing out his powers more and more. We got Matt and Steve are like, hey, let's like not do it in public, okay? And at first, they'd be like, all right, we're not going to do it in public. They play some fun practical jokes on people, all this fun jazz. Andrew lets all of his emotions take him along for a ride. And including, he gets mad at this road rage driver who's honking, and he does a swipe, and it makes that man crash and land into a lake. They have to save him. This is a sign that something's happening with Andrew. So pretty much the rest of the movie, it escalates, and Andrew being emotional. His mom is dying of cancer, and then dies of cancer. And at this point, he's like, screw it. Andrew starts showing his powers to the public, including abusing them and making everybody scared. He gets all emotional, he goes up to the clouds, and then Steve follows him, right? They learn how to fly with their ability to move objects with their mind. They can also move themselves, therefore being able to fly. Steve's like, bro, come on. Just come on. Andrew is like, leave me alone. I personally would have left Andrew alone at this point, but Steve, he's like, what's wrong? Tell me about it. And then Steve gets hit by lightning. But this was caused by Andrew. Frickin' mosquitoes. It's not shown in this movie, but there's an interview that Max Landis did talking about how they got their powers and what type of powers that they have. And one of their powers is the ability to control the electron in the air, you know, create lightning, because that's what lightning is. It's a lot of electrons, and it's like, it's a whole balance thing. I'm not a chemist. Go look it up. Okay, I learned it in school. If you don't know, I'm not knowledgeable enough to teach you. Just have somebody else teach you. But, you know, it's electrons. They can control electrons. And Andrew, when he's very emotional, he taps into that power, does it by accident. Andrew is like, rah, getting all really emotional and stuff. Flies, just causing a bunch of damage to all the civilians. We even got this whole police helicopter situation going on. And I like the angles that's going on. I like how this movie is filmed within the perspective of found footage. First it's Andrew's found footage, and then closer towards the end when more phones are out, more cameras are out, it's using different camera angles, and I find that to be really cool. Andrew, the only way to stop him, Matt has to send him flying down towards the ground and impale him, and then he's dead. And he always wanted to go to Tibet, so Matt takes his camera, films Tibet. That's the end of the movie. It's a good movie. It's quite sad for Andrew. I felt really bad for him because he is a victim of abuse, clearly, but also, when you're a victim of abuse, hurt people hurt people. He's a hurt person, he's hurting his friends, he's hurting everybody and lashing out. He's becoming abusive himself. This is why, especially because abuse is bad, but if you are abusive towards somebody, they're going to be abusive towards another person. So it's not just because it's bad, but also because they'll inflict it upon other people, which is why you should not be abusive. You know, stuff like that. And I really felt for Andrew. I never had a dad who punched me. He was too sick for that. But I knew people who did, and it's always sad. It's sad, you know? Especially since whenever you're young, whatever behavior that is around you you're absorbing it and it becomes like a part of you. And it's sad to see Andrew turn into his father. And I'm like, dang, his father sucks. I hate his father. But why is the father like that? I guess that's my only question. Why is the father so lashing out? It must be because his wife is sick, obviously. Why lash out? Like, was he always like this? That's what I want to know more about. Guess we won't have a Chronicle 2 though. That's sad. I like this movie a lot. I like the depth of everything involved with this movie. And the ending is just sad. But I like it a lot. So I'm gonna have to give it, it's like an 8.8 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If I haven't reviewed it on the channel, there's a chance I haven't seen it at all. That's why you gotta get them Patreon requests in. Patreon.com/ASEPresents. $20 dinos for one movie review per 1 month. Because I didn't watch anything growing up pretty much. So that's why you gotta get them Patreon requests in. Also, support the Daily Grindness by going to autisticboobs.com so you can go here. And until next time, I'm in Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.